one and all, I'm Alexis, aka the Sloth Reader, and today I'm here to do my January book haul. I do want to mention it was my birthday in January on the 13th, so a lot of the things I got this month were gifts or were bought with like gift cards or stuff like that, and then the other half were things I mostly treated myself to. So I figured this is a really large book haul. The thumbnail does not do it justice because a lot of the books I couldn't even hold because they were like collectors-y stuff, so we'll go ahead and get into it. The first two books I want to mention I actually got in December, but I haven't officially hauled them yet, so I want to do that first. The first book I received was an arc of The Heart Forger by Ren Chiapeko. I was given this by Sourcebooks Fire, and this is the sequel to The Bone Witch, which I had an arc of last year and I really enjoyed. This series follows our main character, T, who discovers that she is a bone witch when she resurrects her brother from the dead. It means that she kind of has a magic over life and death of sorts. And after the incident when she resurrects her brother, she is actually whisked away to train to become a full-fledged Asha by another bone witch named Michaela. And the first book, The Bone Witch, is about T kind of training and learning about her magic, but also learning about the complex and political strife that's going on in this world. But at the same time, it's like T's origin story of how she becomes like a notorious Asha in this world, and also how she becomes sort of a villain in this world. So I really liked the first one. Sourcebooks Fire kindly sent me an arc of the second one. As you can tell, I'm currently reading it, so you will hear more about my thoughts in my January wrap-up. But I highly recommend you guys check out The Bone Witch. The next one I'm going to mention is the only book I got for Christmas, and that is Malice by John Gwynne. My brother got this for me for Christmas. I don't know too much about the actual plot of this book, but I do know it follows 4 or 5 main characters in this world, and they all belong to different like kingdoms and factions and stuff, and it's kind of all about their story and how that all weaves together and everything. I wanted to get this because I had heard great things about the series on Goodreads. A lot of my Goodreads friends have read and rated this really highly, so it made me really interested to check it out. So I asked my brother for this for Christmas. The next two books I bought for myself at the very beginning of January, and I got them for very specific reasons. The first was Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu, which was a book I was definitely planning to read anyway, but Barnes & Noble's had signed copies available, so, you know, I was gonna get that. So I have that. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm really excited because it's a YA book all about Bruce Wayne as he's like coming into his like Batman identity kind of. And yeah, I love Marie Lu. I love Batman. I'm excited. The next one I got also is signed, and that is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire. This is the third book in the Wayward Children series. This one follows the events after the first book, and it follows our character Cora as she one day discovers basically someone entering a portal into our world from a fairyland world, and they go basically on a journey to help this person kind of figure out what's going on. I don't want to spoil things that happened in the first book, so that's why I'm kind of being vague. But yeah, so this is the third one. I love this cover. This might actually be my favorite cover in the series so far. And similarly, this one is also signed, which I'm really excited about. I actually have also already read this one, so you'll hear me talk about it in my January wrap-up. But yes, I was eagerly anticipating this. I got my hands on it right away, so Beneath the Sugar Sky. So then my birthday came around and I got some stuff. So the first 3 things I'm going to mention are all from my friend Melanie. I've talked about her before, but her blog is Mel to the Innie in case you guys are interested. But she got me a couple of books, and it was the nicest gift ever, so I'll go through what she got me. The first thing she got me is Last Call at the Nightshade Lounge by Paul Kruger, a novel of magic and mixology. Basically, this follows our main character Bailey, who's just finished college, and she's kind of down on her luck, and like things aren't going great. And basically, her ex-boyfriend introduces her to this bar, which is like a demon fighting bar, and basically the story revolves around the fact that different alcoholic beverages and liquors can give certain abilities to fight demons, and so Bailey basically gets like pulled into demon fighting by like drinks. And it sounds really interesting, and one of the really cool things, so it like comes with like recipes that you can actually make, and it tells you like how the like drink like is into the context of the story, and so it sounds really interesting. And yeah, and I really like the font that's on this cover. This is a really pretty font, but this sounds really interesting. The next thing Melanie bought me is something, again, I have already read, and that is Monstrous Volume 1, written by Marjorie Liu and illustrated by Sana Takeda. And this is a like steampunk fantasy graphic novel series. This basically follows our main character Micah as she is trying to figure out her history and what happened to her mother. And basically there's this war going on between humans and like half demon, half human creatures. And basically the story is following Micah as she figures out what happens to her, but also figures out how she plays a role in this like greater war. Again, I have already read this, so like I'll hear more of my thoughts about it, but the art in this is stunning. This is easily probably the most beautiful graphic novel I have ever seen. You can tell just off of the cover that there's a lot of detail. I don't want to give away too much, so I don't want to like flip through to show you guys the art, but I'll just do this so you can kind of see. But the art is really gorgeous. The story in and of itself is pretty dark, it's pretty gritty, but the story and the characters are really interesting. The world is really fascinating. And I also want to mention that the cast in the story is almost exclusively female. I think I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 male characters that show up more than once, as compared to like 6 or 7 women. So that is one of the things I really love about this graphic novel. But yeah, so I got this, which is pretty good. I really liked it. So, and the last thing Melanie got me is the illustrated edition of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is like also gorgeous. So this is basically the illustrated edition of the classic Fantastic Beasts, where it just comes with, you know, little bits of entries about different mythical creatures in the Harry Potter universe. This is such an incredible gift, and I'm so thankful for it. Especially because like the illustrations in this, like I said, are just so pretty, but also look at the knit fur, but also like this is the kind of thing that I like really love. I talk all the time about how I love the mythical creatures in the Harry Potter universe. It's one of my like favorite parts. So this is like totally like a thing that I love, and I love the illustrations in it. So yes, I'm so beyond thankful Melanie got this for me. So again, thank you, Melanie. And the next thing I'm going to mention is another collectorsy kind of thing, and it's what my parents got me. And this thing is so big. So my parents got me the limited edition Art of Overwatch book, which, as you can see, this is the Art of Overwatch. This is like the official one released by Blizzard. This is the limited edition one, which like comes in a little like thing. I have to put this down so I can take the thing out. And then it comes in this slip cover, which is like in the shape of Tracer. And then it's like the actual book, and it has all of the like character sketches and information about all of the characters and all of the little details. And it also talks a lot about the sprays and the maps that they have. This is like 300 pages worth of like information just about Overwatch, and like I love see, this is the page all about the different sprays that they've done. But yeah, I haven't actually gotten a chance to like pick this out and like look at it and read it and stuff, because it's like a 300-page book. But I definitely have flipped through this. I definitely intend to read this sometime this year. But yeah, this is what my parents got me because I'm Overwatch trash. And I loved this. I saw this and I was like, I have to buy it. Like, I will buy it myself if they didn't. But yeah, so obviously, thank you, Mom and Dad, for buying me my gift. So the next thing I'm going to mention is what I got myself for my birthday. I apologize too, I accidentally kicked my camera stand, so if the angle changed a little, I apologize. But for my birthday, I bought myself The Art of Princess Mononoke, a film by Hayao Miyazaki. If you guys didn't know, you clearly have not been on this channel for very long. I love Princess Mononoke. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite Hayao Miyazaki / Studio Ghibli film. I love this movie so dearly. This scene actually on the cover, the scene that this comes from, I actually want to get a tattoo from. It's the next tattoo I'll get. So I actually saw other booktubers haul different versions of this. I saw some people get the Spirited Away one, I saw some people get the Howl's Moving Castle one, and so when I saw that I was like, I have to get the Princess Mononoke one because clearly I love this movie and I wanted it. And so this is kind of the same deal with like the Overwatch one. It's a lot of just the basic concept designs for scenes throughout the film and tidbits of information about like where the character designs come from and where the lore of the story plays in. And like this also goes with like scene by scene stuff where it says like this is how it's animated and stuff like that. And it like gives you scene by scene and stuff. And so yes, I cannot wait to read this. I actually just got this in the mail like a week ago, so I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I love everything about this. I love this movie so dearly, and like being able to see this like incredible just like literal play-by-play of the entire movie is like, I couldn't ask for anything better. I love it. Alrighty, so the next two things I got myself, I bought off of Abe Books for no reason other than just I really want to read this series, and I specifically wanted the UK covers, and the only place I could find them was on Abe Books. So I went ahead and picked them up, and I know that the third book in the series is coming out this year, so I went ahead and picked up The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet and A Close and Common Orbit, both by Becky Chambers. This is a series I've talked many times about being interested in, but I very strongly wanted the UK covers. These are gorgeous. Like, they're breathtaking to look at, and the new one coming out also looks really pretty. I don't know when I'm gonna get to the series, but I have them. The next several things I'm going to mention are all graphic novels I bought with gift cards that I either got for my birthday or for Christmas. I basically just wanted to pick up some continuations of graphic novel series I had already started. So the first one I'm going to mention is actually the Barnes & Noble's exclusive cover of Monstrous Volume 2. Like I said, I did read the first volume this month and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to go ahead and pick up Volume 2, and I'm so excited to pick this up because like just the art and the story and the characters are so interesting, and I can't wait to learn more about this world and about Micah's story. Also, it comes with a poster, which I've posted a picture of on Instagram. If you're interested, go check it out. And the next graphic novels I got are actually all from the same series, and that is volumes 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. So I got volume number 5, volume number 6, volume number 7, and volume number 8. And this one just came out in like the very beginning of January, I want to say. So I read the first 4 volumes of Saga on my Kindle, which was a fine experience. But I definitely prefer reading graphic novels physically. This basically follows our 2 main characters who are from like different races in this like war conflict as they fall in love and conceive a child, and they have to go on the run to protect themselves and their daughter Hazel from basically both of their races because they want them dead. And there's also several other members and parties who are looking for them, and it's a bunch of shenanigans, and it's very spacey. It's like supremely spacey, and there's pretty much all aliens. And there's a cat named Lion Cat who's fantastic. I love Lion Cat. Favorite character, 10 out of 10. The next book I'm going to mention I actually won in a Goodreads giveaway, which is a thing I didn't know people actually could do, and that is Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Beleza. So this basically follows our main character Rhee, who is the last surviving member of a royal bloodline, and she is planning her revenge against the people who murdered her family. And it also follows another character named Allie, who is part of a warrior race. And one day Rhee is attacked and Allie is blamed for her murder, and it's basically about the 2 of them kind of dealing with their conflicts and I guess trying to help each other out. I don't know, I've heard very interesting things about this, and I've heard a couple of people mention it, and it sounds pretty interesting. And the last book I got in January, you guys are gonna laugh at me for because it was technically a book you've probably already seen me talk about, but it's not the book you've already seen me talk about, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Many of you more devoted viewers are gonna say, Alexis, that's not the copy you got in your Owl Crate box, and to you I would say, correct. I actually did not like the Owl Crate exclusive cover. This was what I wanted. Like, this is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. To me, this is a work of art. Like, I am in love with this cover. And so I didn't want the Owl Crate cover, so I actually sold my Owl Crate box to somebody on Twitter, and I went and picked this up because this is what I wanted. And I was gonna get it. This follows our main character, Jude, who lost both of her parents to murder when she was 7, and her sisters were actually brought into the fairy court. And Jude basically just wants to be more like the fairies. She wants to fit in their court. She wants to belong and be kind of part of the, you know, politics and the ruthlessness. Wonderful things about this book. I am so excited to read it. I definitely know I'm gonna pick this up sometime this year. Tell me this is not pretty. This is not gorgeous. Also, the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition comes with a bonus story, so had to have it. Alrighty guys, so that was my incredibly long January book haul. Again, I think half of these I didn't actually buy myself. I do, again, want to thank everyone who wished me a happy birthday too. It meant a lot to me that some of my, you know, people who've been watching my channel since I first started, you know, wished me happy birthday. Some people who are new subscribers wished me happy birthday. Another huge thank you to Melanie for the incredible gifts she gave me. Yeah, please let me know down below what was your favorite book you bought in the month of January. Let me know your thoughts on the Cruel Prince Owl Crate exclusive edition because I'm curious to know how everyone else thinks about it. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below in case you're interested in checking it out. If you like what I do, I upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'll see you guys soon with another video.